Hi, and welcome to my studio. We're here today to show you how to do a beautiful swirling butterfly window with some spring flowers. Posca pens. Let's see, we're going to use, I think, green, white, and yellow. And so first what we're going to do is we're going to start doing some swirls. So we're going to start with the green, and then we're just going to do some swirls. So right now we're going to do some big flowers, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with yellow. We're going to do daffodils today, just because it's springtime. So we're going to put lots of yellow in, and I've already got my paints out, and you can see I use this brand of paint. It's called Deco Art. It's Crafter's Acrylic. I do use different brands depending on the colors, because sometimes I can't get the same colors in this one. So I also use Craft Smart, and there's a few other brands that we use too, but I can't think of them right at the moment. But so whatever you can find in craft paints works quite well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, now this is, I'm sort of just showing you this on the outside window. This can work the opposite way on the inside window. So what I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm dipping the paint on the sponges, and then I sponge it off with another sponge, just so otherwise if you get too much paint on it, it's going to drip, and you don't want drips. So we're going to put a nice big daffodil here in the middle, and then one over here, and maybe one there. We're going to add some butterflies to this. It's going to be so pretty. So now what we're going to do is, let's see, how about, got lots of yellow and orange in there with the daffodils. So how about we add some pink? Use some pink butterflies. And so yeah, you don't need a lot depending on how big the butterfly is. So just kind of spread it out in there. And then maybe we'll also, I think we'll have a dark purple butterfly, because dark purple is quite pretty. Now the other cool thing about using these sponges is what you can also do, and I'll show you with one of the little butterflies, is you can, as you can see here, you can do more than one color. So we're just gonna kind of do that and see what happens with that. Actually, I'm going to add a little more white to it because I want a little bit more variation in there. So I'm not mixing it completely, as you can see. So then when I put this little butterfly in there, and you can see it there, you'll get a little bit of a variation of color. So how about we put this one right here. Oh, that's pretty. Even got a little pink on the edge there. Let's maybe add a little more pink to the other edge. There we go. And then we'll put one here. And this is how fast you can do, like even if you had, say, a big picture in the middle and your sides were just kind of left plain, this is a really quick way to fill up the window or any art project that you're doing. So, and then we're going to, I think we'll try a couple of these. I have all different sizes of the butterflies, and so we just kind of choose which ones we think will work best. starting to look like something. Okay, so then we've got that. And now what we want to do is, I think we should add maybe a few more flowers. Let's see. Oh, how about a couple daisies? Daisies are fun. So, white daisies. So on a bigger window, you might have this just going off to the sides, and then in the center you would have maybe, I don't know, some bunnies or a gnome or whatever you want to have in there. So, but this is nice for a filler, or you could just do a window just like this. I do them all the time. Other thing on there. So now what we're going to do, we need some orange. I'm going to put some orange here. So now we're going to get some orange in there, as you can see. So some people, like I said, I use these Tupperware containers, but you could use paper plates and just throw them away when you're done. Just make sure if you're using the paper plates, you use the ones that are coated like with that kind of like shiny stuff, so that the paint doesn't all absorb into, you know, the plate. Otherwise you will have issues. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put our middle in our daffodil. Wow, look at that. And one here. And then we're going to put our other middles in. So we have this nice big one. So when you order your sponges, they'll come in sets. Like I said, there'll be daffodil ones like this. There'll be other ones with just flowers and leaves. There'll be just some with just leaves. So now I'm grabbing a little paintbrush and I'm just going to some yellow in the middle of these ones. Okay, and now we need some leaves, I think. So we've got different leaves here. I think I like this one. Some leaves there. We have all different kinds of leaves. So I think I'm going to use these two. Oh, actually, yeah, this one can be for the daffodil. I think we need maybe a couple more. I think I want a couple more of these. Where'd my white go? Oh, there it is. Actually, just throw it in there. Here, I think I want a couple more little butterflies here. And maybe one here. These ones are so pretty. I really like those ones. Okay, and then maybe throw a couple in here. Here. Just want to add a little more color in these spots. Maybe there. There we go. Now we also have all kinds of different flowers, so we could have added lots more. Like these look like kind of like little bachelor buttons, and more like daisy looking ones. There's so many different kinds. We have cherry blossoms. And all kinds of stuff. So now we get our green Posca pen again, and we will join some of these so they don't look like they're just hanging in midair. Not that it really matters that much, but this way it kind of all flows together a little bit better, and we can always do that. And go like that. And then maybe some, maybe a longer leaf. Let's try a longer leaf. And actually, let's maybe put some, lighter green in there with it. Okay, so maybe a longer leaf there, and maybe one there. Let's see, and maybe one here, and here, and here. There. Now let's see what that looks like. I think that looks pretty good. So now the other thing, if you wanted, once it's completely dry, what you could do is you could go with a black Posca pen. A little black Posca pen. You could go over and, oh, this one hasn't been started. But, let's just see if I have one. Okay. So what you could do is go like this. And you could do that in white too if you wanted. Just so it shows up a little better. So say you wanted to do it in white. So that's what you would do to finish it off if you wanted to, or you can just leave it the way it is. I'm quite happy with this one. And of course, every time you do it, it's going to be a little different. But this is one way of quickly filling your windows up without spending a lot of time. Thanks for watching. Oh, and you can order these at artspongesandmore.ca. Thanks for watching. Bye.